What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with another minor league video. Today, I'm giving you guys 5 players not currently on Baseball America's top 100 prospect list that I believe throughout 2022 is going to be on that list. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. 5 players that are not currently on the top 100 prospect list with Baseball America. I'm using Baseball America's list today, so whatever list out there that maybe one of these guys have showed up on, I'm focusing on Baseball America today. Most of these guys are not on anybody's top 100 list, so very excited about that. I believe the MLB Pipelines list is coming out here soon, so I'm excited to break that down as well for you guys. But no, 5 players that, honestly, in my opinion, are just good players that don't get enough recognition. These are not guys that have sucked and I'm like, yeah, these guys are randomly going to turn it around. No, these are guys that are good players in the minor leagues. They have good numbers, and I think 2022 is going to be the year that they actually start getting some recognition. So I'm going to jump into the video pretty quick here. I'm going to show you guys a highlight for every player. I'm going to show you guys some stats. We're going to talk through some stats, and then we're going to talk about some sports card prices as well, because you know, that's what we do here. That's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts, just where are their sports cards currently. So some of these guys are pretty cheap. Some of these guys are kind of expensive, to be honest. But yeah, let's jump into the video. Player number 1. Let's go. First player up, Vaughn Grissom of the Atlanta Braves. Finished the season last year in High A. I expect him to start there and hopefully get to Double A pretty quickly. This guy was an 11th round draft pick. All right, Vaughn Grissom. So 6'3", 180, big frame. He's 21. He just turned 21, so still pretty young in that realm. But the craziest thing, this dude was drafted in the 11th round in 2019. Absolutely love it. You don't see anyone outside of the top 10 rounds anymore, I feel like. And the draft's even gotten shorter now, so we're going to see less and less of that. But Vaughn Grissom can play, and he's always been able to play. First year in rookie ball, 44 games. Like, not bad. 3 home runs, 288 batting average, 361 on base percentage, 761 OPS. So he was trying to find some extra base hits here and there, but just like a solid, I mean, for an 18-year-old, that's not bad at all. Like, that shows promise. Takes the year off, comes back in 2021, and just balls out. Plays most of his season at low A, but did play 12 games at high A and didn't slow down at all. Actually, his stats are even better up there. Just had a super good year. Batting average, 319 on base percentage, 418. 882 OPS. He had 7 home runs, which isn't bad at all in my opinion in the minor leagues. Like, sure, he's not a super power guy, but he showed that he could hit some doubles. He had 17 doubles. He stole 16 bases and only got thrown out 3 times on top of that. I mean, the dude can play. He can straight up hit. He did very well. He walked 45 times in 87 games as well. Like, just a very strong prospect in this Atlanta Braves farm system that, you know, just doesn't get enough recognition. He is very solid. And I think Vaughn Grissom's one of those guys that, since he was an 11th rounder, it's going to take some time for him to get some recognition. And even with the season he put up this year, which is better than, I would say, probably the majority of the top 100 list, like probably at least better than like 60% of that list, maybe even high, even more, still not on the top 100, like anywhere. So, you know, it's going to take him some time, but I do believe if he comes back this year and plays well, which I think he will, he has not shown any signs of slowing down, he's going to make it onto the top 100 list in 2022. So let's jump into his sports cards here, and he's going to be probably our cheapest option on this video. And we're just going to scroll through some of his sold history. But his base Bowman Chrome, I actually have this card. I pulled it in a break, and that's actually how I got onto Vaughn Grissom. Usually if I pull a card, I'm just like, all right, what's up with this guy? And then I follow him. Right now you can pick up his Bowman Chrome Auto for about $39. Again, not very expensive at all. Even his, you know, his Orange Refractor out of 25 is only $525. That's a lot of money for most people, but for a Orange Refractor, not bad at all. Refractor Auto, $65. So you're not going to be paying too much for an autograph here. Again, he's not going to be one of those super budget players for, you know, people looking for in the $25 ranges. But again, these are good players we're talking about. These are guys that have proven that they can play. It's not going to be the guys that, you know, maybe they'll be good. I have a really strong feeling that Vaughn Grissom is going to be solid. $155 for the PSA 10 version as well. So, yeah, that's Vaughn Grissom. He's going to be our first player. Our second player on the list is going to be Pete Crow Armstrong. He got traded from the New York Mets to the Chicago Cubs. So upgrade in the organization, in my opinion, revolves around his sports cards. But Pete Crow Armstrong, he got hurt last year and he played 6 games. 2022 is going to be the year of Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong, again, we're not going to talk too much about his stats, but I just think he showed a lot of promise in his debut. He's 6'1", 180. He's super athletic, too. When he was with the Mets, he was graded as their fastest player in the organization. He's a little bit older. He's about to turn 20, so hasn't really touched too much of the pro scene, which I would say is his only downside, because in his first 6 games at low A, he was clearly just better than the competition. Over those first 6 games, 417 batting average, 563 on base percentage, 1063 OPS. Didn't have any home runs, but he did have 2 doubles. He walked 7 times in 6 games. Again, not going to touch too much on it because, I mean, it's just, you never know. It's not a huge sample size, but I love his swing. Seems to have really good plate discipline. Loves going the other way as a lefty hitter, which is not super common. Like, every video I saw of him today when I was making the video was him hitting the ball opposite field. Like, very impressed there. Always like the guys that are comfortable going to all fields, because then you don't get stuck with someone like Joey Gallo, who they just put a shift on. Though banning the shift is just usually makes for a more well-rounded player. And I just think 2022 is going to be the year he breaks out. So as far as his card prices, he's another guy that's not super cheap, but he's not expensive either. I think this is a guy that if he did play in 2020, his stuff would be very unattainable prices for most people. Like PSA 9 Sapphire, $50 is very reasonable. I actually just purchased, and we'll see if it's actually on here. So PSA 9 Refractor, only $25. His Gold Auto, BGS 10 with a 10 again. That's a premium with the BGS 10, $1,800 there. Base Refractor, only $8 in the raw form, $270 for the Refractor Auto. And again, this was a top draft pick, everyone. This is someone that people think is going to be very good. Only $5 there for the base Bowman Chrome. That one sold for about $12 there. PSA 10 base, only $40. Again, 2020 draft is not... you don't have to avoid base in 2020 draft, in my opinion, because the quality is so bad that the pop reports aren't going to be that high on those cards. They made a lot of them, but they made a lot of them with airs and print lines and off-centering. I'm trying to find this card that I purchased. Oh, you know what? I bought it on MySlab. So I just picked up this in the PSA 10 for $75 off MySlab. So super happy with that purchase. Very excited to get that under the $100 price range. I want a Sapphire PSA 10 as well, but who knows? It's going to be harder to find than that Refractor was for sure. But no, Pete Crow Armstrong, I like everything about his game. His only weakness is that he pretty much missed his first year, and he's a little bit older coming out of high school. So we'll see what he can do. I do think the Cubs will move him pretty quickly if he shows he's ready. He's already been shown in training camp working out with some of their some of their starting players on the Cubs roster. Like, they want him to be that guy. So get ready. 2022 Pete Crow Armstrong, I expect nothing but success for this guy. Our next player up, Blaze Jordan. And who would have thought the only place I could find a video of him hitting a home run for whatever reason is on his TikTok. Like, what the heck? I don't know what was up with Twitter today, but tanked the center field here. So Blaze Jordan, Baseball References was figured out. This was a very hyped up player. Let's put a picture up there for him. 6'2", 220, big kid. He's only 19. He just turned 19. So he's very young coming out of high school because he played this year. So as an 18-year-old in his first pro season, he only played 28 games. So he did deal with some complications to what held him back, but he also started really late in the season as well. But over those 28 games, he did really well. 324 batting average, 368 on base percentage, which I'd like to see a little bit higher, but I don't know if he's going to always be an on base percentage guy. But a 959 OPS, 6 home runs, 8 doubles, a triple, stole a base. Only walked 8 times. Again, I'm not sure if that's going to ever be a strong point for him, but he killed it. Most of that was in rookie ball. He did play 9 games at low A. Struggled a little bit more, but again, small sample size. But Blaze Jordan, to me, is someone that has freaky power. He's one of those guys that, you don't have to worry about him hitting home runs because they're going to come naturally. Like 6 home runs in your first 28 pro games. That's really impressive. And I mean, I wouldn't be like, if he came out this year and hit 20 plus in his second season, I wouldn't be surprised because he has crazy power. This is a kid that when he was 16 years old was hitting the ball 500 feet with a metal bat, but still like that Bryce Harper-esque like prodigy level power. That's what Blaze Jordan has, and his card prices do unfortunately reflect that. So his stuff is pretty expensive as we go down here. So as we jump into his card prices here, like you can pick up his Bowman Sterling Auto for $50, which is honestly kind of expensive for Bowman Sterling Auto in my opinion. But Mojo, I like this price at $13.50. Like I don't hate that at all. Mojo Auto out of the Bowman Mega Box for $110. Base for $3. They made a ton of these this year, so definitely would avoid base on Blaze Jordan. Base auto, $170. That's attainable, but again, it's expensive. Like that's a raw autograph. But if you get into his more expensive stuff, he demands a very high price point. Like his purple PSA 10 is already at $2,000. Like that is ridiculous in my opinion. But that's just where his price point is. He's going to be the most expensive one on this list, and it's not even going to be very close. He's expensive out of 75 there for $455. That's actually more reasonable, but yeah, he's very expensive. He's extremely expensive. Just the base here, BGS 95 with a 10, $425. Like if you're looking for something cheap, it's not going to be here. Sapphire Auto, $750. Like I almost didn't exclude him on this list because he is so expensive. I do want to check out his Sapphire prices really quick for his non-auto, because that is one that I'm intrigued with. So $33 for most recent base. Even though this wasn't graded by PSA, I actually like that price for the Aqua version. But I'm trying to find a graded one really quick. SGC 10, $86. That's not bad. And there you go. So this is the only one that is sold recently, $500. That is obviously blown out of proportion because there just hasn't been a lot graded. So we're not even going to look at that. But Blaze Jordan, I do think is a good player. Generational talent, and especially in the power department. This is someone that was supposed to be drafted in the first round, and ended up getting drafted in the third round because he was pretty much committed to going to, where was it, like Mississippi State? I can't remember. Ole Miss, I can't remember. But he was like committed to go to college, and he got drafted during the pandemic, and he was like, screw that. Let's go pro, just because this pandemic, I don't know what the future holds. So if that wasn't the case, he probably would have been like a top 15 pick, in my opinion. So now Blaze Jordan, I think he's going to have, this is going to be his coming out party this year, and I can't wait. I'm excited. The fourth guy on our list, Luis Angel, a.k.a. Jose Acuna, a.k.a. Ronald Acuna's little brother, a.k.a. Baby Acuna. He's making the list today. Baseball References has him as Jose Acuna. Everywhere else has him as Luis Angel Acuna still, and that's what's on his baseball cards, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But baby brother of Ronald Acuna, older brother of Brian Acuna, who's going to be in 2022 Bowman. This family, they have talent, and the name alone is enough to carry this guy's card prices. But he's a good player as well, and he's not inside of anyone's top 100 right now, anywhere that I've found. And this year, he's making it. He's going to get there this year. 5'10", 181 pounds, so he's smaller. So, but as Ronald Acuna showed, he's not that big either. And this family's got freaky bat speed in their genes, because Luis Angel's got the same thing. He just turned 20 years old, so still young. He's only 3 days into 20, so very young there. So 17 years old in 2019, playing in Dominican, crushed it in the Dominican. I don't like to look at the Dominican numbers very much because they just they don't always transition to the minor leagues very well. So, but he raked there. He was awesome. But what we can focus on was he played an entire season last year. His first pro season, he played 111 games at low A for the Down East Ducks, I think it is. Yeah, the Down East Wood Ducks. But he did fairly well for his first year. As a 19-year-old playing his first pro season, skipping rookie ball, going straight to low A. Hit 266, which, it's not amazing in the batting average department, but, he makes up for it in other departments. On-base percentage, 345, not crazy. OPS, 749, again, not crazy. But what he did do well, he hit 12 home runs in his first year. Showed that he can hit for power in a game. Again, this is someone that, if he made improvements this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 20 home runs. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 15, 20 this year. He had 3 triples, 15 doubles. He stole 44 bases, which is the whole reason I actually bought his autograph. Obviously a freaky athlete. He walked 49 times in 111 games. You'd like to see more of that, but again, that's not terrible. Like, you definitely have seen worse walk rates in the world. The only thing is he struck out a decent amount. He struck out 110 times in 111 games. Like to see a strikeout rate go down, but similar to Ronald Acuna, if you look at Ronald Acuna's stats, I'm not going to pull him up, pretty similar. Like, he played his first year. Ronald Acuna's first year was a little bit better. He had less power, but I would say hitting-wise was a little bit better than Luis Angel's. But then the next year, like, Ronald Acuna went, like, insane. I'm not saying that Luis Angel's going to do the same, but I do think he's going to improve on this season. I think he's going to, I could see his power numbers go up, maintain the stolen bases, hopefully see, his walk rate go up, his strikeout rate go down. I just think he's in an opportunity to really break out this year, and with the name, that's all he has to do. If he plays well, he's going to just get more hyped. The one thing that is nice and something that he's been criticized for, just being in the Rangers organization, which is stacked now. It's my favorite organization currently in baseball. They're like, he has nowhere to go. They just signed Marcus Semien. They have just signed Corey Seager. They already had they just traded Isaiah Kiner Falefa. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not good with his name, but he was another shortstop. So they just traded him. I'm happy with that because eventually this guy needs somewhere to play, and that just helps that situation out. But as far as his baseball card prices, he is sort of affordable still. So more affordable than Blaze Jordan, 100%. But his base Bowman Chrome Auto in the raw form, about $85 you're looking at right now, between $85 and $100. And then his graded card prices have actually spiked a little bit. So the PSA 9s aren't bad. Like the purple and a PSA 9 there, green and a PSA 9 there for only $276. That's not bad. But his PSA 10 did recently spike. And I actually got lucky. I bought this same PSA 10 about maybe less than a month ago on one of my mail days for $235. So I like to see that since I own it now, but his prices are spiking. Again, this name's going to carry it. Having the Acuna on that last name is going to help out a lot, and I do believe that if he plays well this year, he's going to make it in the top 100, and his car prices are going to go nuts. So, yeah, he's got a very similar swing to his brother. Obviously, a freak athlete. 44 stolen bases in your first professional season is crazy. I don't care what level it's at. And only getting thrown out 11 times. That's awesome. But yeah, Luis Angel Acuna, I think 2022, he's going to be in the top 100 at some point. And last but not least, Everson Pereira for the New York Yankees is disgusting. Everson Pereira, 6 foot, 190, solid frame. He's about to turn 21 years old, which again is his only downfall here is his age. But, he's been on the pro scene now for a little bit. Since he was 17 years old back in 2018, played in rookie ball. Did okay, nothing crazy, 264, 322, 712. Hit 3 home runs in 41 games. 2019, only played 18 games, but was really bad. And then took the year off, came back in 2021 last year, only played 49 games. But over those 49 games, 303 batting average, 398 on base percentage, 1084 OPS, 20 home runs, walked 28 times in those 49 games, just absolutely dominated. Only had 10 doubles, which, too busy hitting home runs to hit doubles. Had a triple, he stole 9 bases, got thrown out 3 times, so 3-1's not the worst when it comes to stolen bases, but at every level, he dominated. He dominated rookie ball, he dominated high A, he dominated low A, dominated low A, and then at high A, numbers weren't as crazy in the batting average on base percentage department, but he had over 1,000 OPS still because he hit 14 home runs in 27 games. The dude has freaky power. 20 home runs in any full season's crazy, and to do it in 49 games as a middle infielder, just ridiculous. Again, I do think this guy's already broken out. He just isn't, for whatever reason, a lot of people aren't including him on his top 100 list. When the pipeline comes out, I expect him to be on it, to be honest. Kylie McDaniel's the only one that did have him on the top 100 so far, but Baseball America left him off, and that's what this video is based on right now. But this is someone I had to throw out there because this is a player that I didn't mention in my 5 prospects to buy that I should have put on. I actually forgot as I was recording. He was on my list, and as I was recording, pulling up players, I just literally forgot. So he was supposed to be on that. Still a guy I would like to have more cards of, but he is expensive, and especially with his Bowman Chrome stuff, and that's all he does have. He does have a non-auto, thankfully, so some of that is pretty cheap. So like his base, you can get 2 for $4. Right here, Sapphire. Someone got 4 Sapphires for $56. I love that. That's a really good price point. Auto to $299, $150 raw. So his raw prices honestly aren't that bad. Atomic, $50. Mojo, less than 10. Green, BGS 95 with the 10 auto, $860. So that's where his prices really do get expensive. But his raw stuff's relatively affordable. Raw, down to $299, $300. Refractor at a $499, $400, which doesn't make sense, but you know, it is what it is. Purple, BGS 10 with a 10, $620. You know, his stuff is more expensive. The PSA 10 refractor for $495. I don't even think that's that bad considering his talent level. But he's definitely more on the more expensive side, but you know, it's still not out of the realm of possibility. $125 for the raw autograph. That's not bad for this market and how hyped up Bowman Chrome autos have become. It's not terrible, but Everson Pereira, 100% going to be on the top 100 list this year. If he's not, then they're doing him an injustice. Just definitely one of the top talents in the minor leagues, especially from the middle infield standpoint. I know MLB Pipeline's coming out with their like top 10 players at each position. I'm very curious where they put him, either second base or shortstop, whichever one they include him on, because I think he's in that top 10. So yeah, very good player. Definitely going to make that top 100 list in 2022. Everywhere. Everyone's going to have him on it. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for my top 5 list here today. Just 5 studs, in my opinion. Just guys that have proven themselves just time and time again that they're going to be good players. I would say Blaze Jordan's probably the biggest what-if player on this list, but I do believe that he's one of those guys that is going to be a staple in that Red Sox organization. I really do. But other than that, like proven guys that just are going to start getting recognition as long as they keep playing well. And I don't see any reason why any of these guys wouldn't keep playing well. Just so excited. But yeah, thank you guys for watching as always. In the comments below, let me know what you guys think of these top 5. Good, bad. Would you have included someone else? Would you have taken someone out? Like, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See ya!